Welcome back to the Thinker, everyone. I dropped showering off at the airport this morning. 3 o'clock we were up for a super early flight. I'm back. If you saw the last couple of videos, we're getting ready to start the next massive project on the building. But in the meantime, there's a few little jobs we want to get done. I started laying those handmade clay tiles in the old Hay Loft upstairs. I'm going to be carrying on with that. But in the meantime, I've also been working on this wall. I want to get a bit more done of this. I've got a really crumbly bit. It's old sandstone stuff. It's pretty bad. So I want to try and get a bit more of this done. Help me to solidify it. It's falling down, or it's in danger of falling down if I don't do anything to it. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've got some big stones I want to try and get in to replace where they've broken. So I'm going to get a mix on and crack on.
Welcome to Thinker Live. We're Sharon and Andy, just two people with a dream and a vision of restoring our traditional stone-built farmhouse in southern Spain, transforming it into a beautiful off-grid home and sharing our journey with you.
We're really starting to battle against the heat now. We get temperatures here 42, 43 degrees Celsius in the summer, and super hot. The lime doesn't like the heat either, and I certainly don't like working in that. This area stays in the shade for a little bit yet, so I want to just try and keep plugging away, getting a bit done. Hopefully each day, each morning before the sun comes down and it gets too hot, get some strength back into it. So let's carry on. I've said it many times, I'll probably keep on saying it. What I want to do is find stones that'll actually wedge into the wall and not just be stuck on as such with the mortar. That way it puts strength back into the wall. I've also got a huge hole here which I'm going to shove some mortar in and then fire quite a few small stones in to fill that up deep into the wall. Give them a good like that, and then this one should go on the top there nicely. Wet them all down, of course. That helps the lime absorb and washes all the dust off them. Let's see if we can get him to go in there. There we go. Lovely. Of course, I can only fill so much at a time because the stones I've just put in aren't solid, and if I start tapping against them, that's going to loosen them up and it's not going to work. So slow and steady wins this race. There we go, that's another fair bit done. Getting happier every day with this. Our new ladies are just around the corner here at the back. I can take you around. They did us proud yesterday. We only had them 2 days and we got our first egg. There's a couple of them out. These pretty ones. These are black rocks. This is Thelma and Louise. Trouble ones. The other three must be inside. They come in and out a lot during the day. In the afternoons when it gets super hot, they're usually out in the shade because all this area at the front is in the shade. Oh, there's one. Here's one coming out now. Can we see him? Her, even. Wonderful. We'll keep you posted. While I'm out here, our melons are coming on a tree. Look at the size of this one. He's really doing well. There's 3 or 4 others on here. Can you see him all right? Bring him out into the sun. Big as my hand. Fab. Let's pop him back down. Don't want to disturb him. Yep, there's 3 or 4 more on this plant as well, and the others are all coming along nicely too. Well, I'm at it with my green fingers. Look at the tomatoes. We've had several off these already. These are red. We've got red bunches down there. Look at all these green ones all over. They get progressively smaller as they get higher up, but they will grow in time. But yeah, I think we're having an absolute bumper crop this year. Right, so these are the tiles I laid yesterday. They're alright. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get basically all the cuts done on this down to where I've got down to, and then I can work on the other area after. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lay them on there at an angle like that. Mark them on the top. Well, I've actually turned them upside down. Mark them where I want them to be to give me a decent gap. Join the dots up with a line, and then when they cut, I can turn it over that way to get the good side up, and I should have a perfect cut. So I'll go and cut this one first. Well, that works a treat. I'm hoping I'm going to get 2 out of several of these, the right way around. Yeah, this again saves me quite a bit of work. Smashing. Right, I'll go and cut some more then. Of course, I've got particularly challenging ones at times. I've got a nice thin one that will go in there. This is the other part of it. I've just marked it to cut down there. So that should drop in there, hopefully. That's quite alright actually. Just need to take a bit out of this corner here. It's always the way. Right, so I've got all these cut down to the edge at the end of my steel. I'm going to stick them in place. Alfie's very happy assisting. He's pairing his head off. He's just been making his bed there. So I'm going to get those stuck in, and then I can slide the steel down to get the level down the bottom. Oh, Alfie, you're helping. There's no help really. Come on. Oh dear. Right, so they're all stuck. I'm just going to see if I can slide this piece of steel down now in readiness for the next bit. It should move alright if it's not stuck. There we go. It's away. Very good. What is it, Alf? What is it, Alfie? Oh, I've got a couple of naughty bits here I'm going to have to just chip off. Easier said than done. Okay. On second thoughts, I think I'm going to leave it in. It actually looks quite good against the edge. I've got another piece I can put in down there, I think. But yeah, I think at the end I might take it out and paint it black to match this other side. You can see that on there, just maybe. Yeah, it works out actually quite well, that. Looks quite nice. Functional. Here's Alfie still helping. I'm going to see if I can find the other piece. Yes, I got another piece here. It's not quite long enough. But I can always get another one extra piece. Might actually, thinking about it now, just put it that way up, paint it black to match that side. Not sure. No, it lifts it up a bit much. We'll just use it under here. Put that one in now, ready. Super. Right, I'm going to carry on with these now. So, sometime later, I've got all these cut, going right down into the corner. I want to get them set in place, and then I can get my level going across that way. Yes, the whole floor actually, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but the whole floor slopes gently that way. There used to be animal troughs at the top, so I assume it was for swilling out or something. So when they did it, all went kind of that way. I don't know. We'll probably never know. So before I can do anything with this bottom, I need to get them set in. So that's what I'm going to do. So they've gone off alright. I've just put another piece of steel in the bottom here. I need 6 to go across here, but they need to be cut back to the same length as that one, which is a bit of a pain, but I'll start off with that one. I'll mark this one and then I'll just cut all the other 5 to the same size as that, so I'll get that done next. Right, so they're cut. I've got 6 cut ones across the front and then 3 full ones I can get in at the back. Every single one of the rest of them are going to have to be cut. This is going to take forever, as always, as things do. So I get a mix on, get them stuck in place at least, and then we can work on the others. And this is the last one going down here. I've actually made quite a wet mix. Too much, which is better than not making enough. I've actually managed to space them out so I don't have to do a silly cut around this corner. Don't get it though. Oh dear. It's proper sucking into them. There we go. I'm just checking them all for level as well as I go. That's looking pretty good actually. Nice. So if you can see them, I'll move this out of the way, move myself out of the way. So I've just got quite a lot more now I need to be cutting. But yeah, that's the way it is. But yeah, it's nearly there. last, they're all cut. All I've got to do, and I've one of my holes now, is get them stuck in place. Some are going to be a bit tricky because they go under the threshold of the door, but we'll figure it out. So I'll go and get a mix on and get the final ones stuck. While I'm at it and thinking ahead, I've just cut myself a couple of pieces to go along this edge here to start off on my hearth a bit. A little naughty there I need to nick off, but cool. Now I can do a mix. There we go, they're all in, all stuck. I think the next thing to do before we point them up is to give them a good coat of linseed oil. If you point them up now, if you get any mortar on them, it sucks straight into it and will stain. If we give them a coat of linseed oil, it offers some resistance and make it easier to clean off, should we get any on the surface, which is inevitable. So I've got my pot of linseed oil. I keep referring to these as handmade clay tiles. That is in fact indeed terracotta, which is what they are. It literally translated, it means cooked earth or baked earth, which is exactly what these are. They're handmade clay, local clay as well. We've got a big clay quarry just up the road there. I'm also struggling at the moment, it's getting super hot. I like to try and get things done early, like all the cutting and the mixing and stuff before it gets too hot. We've got temperatures approaching 40 degrees Celsius, well over 100 Fahrenheit. But with Sharon being away, I'm having to tend to all the animals, the hens, the cats, the dog. So it's taking a chunk out of my day, but I'm getting there. So the linseed oil's going on. They're going to need 2, possibly 3 coats to seal them up properly. So I shall plod on and get them all done. That's the first coat done. It certainly brings out the richness of it. This has the most dramatic effect as well. Subsequent coats don't quite make that much difference at all. So I can't do anything else with it now. I need to leave that dry for probably at least 24 hours for the oil to go off. So we'll come back to it. I'm just taking 5 in the kitchen. It's not time for an ice cold beer yet. This is an ice cold water with a squeeze of lemon juice in it, freshly lemon juice from a lemon in it, very refreshing. Just been checking the weather. We've now, as large parts of the world, especially the western parts of the States, America, have got excessive heat warnings in place. We've got them ourselves now. Temperatures forecast up to 41 degrees Celsius in our region, in our province here, which is about 108 Fahrenheit, something like that, pretty hot. We quite often get temperatures here up to 43 Celsius, which is about 110 Fahrenheit every summer. Not that you ever get used to it, but I know a lot of parts of the world are getting temperatures that they're not used to. So chill out everyone. I don't know how much we're going to get done because we're not going to be killing ourselves in the heat. Drink plenty of fluids, not beer, but water. But yeah, we're going to be plodding on, and we're going to be starting early in the morning, I think, because luckily our nighttime temperatures do fall to quite reasonable levels, sort of 19-20 Celsius. Not sure what that is, 70, 71 Fahrenheit. Pleasant temperatures, sleepable temperatures, and all that. So yeah, we'll be up with the larks, as they say, tomorrow. We're actually very fortunate as well in here. This old part of the house in the old kitchen, it rarely goes above 25 Celsius in the hottest part of the day. It's currently, a little thermometer at the back, 24.1, which is most present. Tilly's in there on the marble floor, the cold floor. She loves it. She knows how to keep cool. She's not daft. We've got a few cats gathered in the old corral, which is next door. Similar temperature. So yeah, we're very, very fortunate. We've got this old big building with thick walls that keeps nice and cool, being that all this part is underground as well. It's not a cave, but it doesn't get the sun on any of the exposed walls, apart from just over there. So yeah, super happy days. So today is going to be a challenging day, I think, for two reasons. Number one, we've got an excessive heat warning for 40 degrees Celsius, 104 Fahrenheit. It's not so bad in here because it's nice and cool, but I want to get this front done for here, and all the cutting needs to be done outside, of course. The second thing is it's an extremely challenging piece to cut because the floor slopes slightly, so it's got to be thinner at that end and thinner at this end. I've got strange uneven mitre joints, so I'm going to have to mitre perfectly so I don't get a gap in my front. I've got one in that corner, one in this corner, and then one on this end here as well. So I'm going to have to work out the angles and bisect them, and basically I just want to get a front on this. If I can get this bit done today, the others are more straightforward. But we like to do the most difficult thing first, so that's what I'm going to do. I know from previous that this angle is 17 degrees or 17 degrees out. So if it was going to be 90 degrees, it's now going to be 73 degrees, which means the bisect of that is 37, near as damn it. This one, I'm going to take a strike off with the bevel gauge, and the trouble is, when I did this, I made all these corners really nice and rounded, so it looked nice, which doesn't help me at all now. So that's the angle for this end. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to measure it and cut it to length first, hopefully with the right angles on each end. So a slight change of plan already. It wasn't 37, 33, it should have been 45 plus 17, which is an acute angle which I can't cut on the saw. So what I've done, I've just taken 17 degrees off this. He's in there like that. So that's going to work. Well, I've got a nice tight joint looking down it. This one won't need mitre and they'll just butt up. So I'm going to leave that in there for my spacing, and then try and get this one done, which isn't going to be easy either. Right, so I'll get a pen, and I've got my bevel set for that, so I can bisect that angle. I'll get this end cut to meet up to this one. I'm pretty happy with that so far. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to draw a line along this bit at the back, and then extend it all the way up to the end, of course, because I'm going to assume that this is super flat. And I'm going to cut it with the table saw. I'm going to cut it by hand because it's at an angle, and I'm also going to cut it on a slight angle that way, so I can chamfer it off and round it off when I do it. So let's see if I can do this. I set myself these challenges. Goes. I'm just going to follow that now all the way up to the top. Note to self, make things simple. As I said earlier, this floor is actually sloping down, so I didn't have a lot of choice. There's nothing I could do about that. I could have built it up to make it level, but the ceiling height at that end is so low anyway, it would have made it worse. So we made a call to leave it as its own natural. Right, I'm going to cut this now, see what we get. That's not bad, a freehand cut. All I've got where the grooves are on the back, it's just left a little, the odd nick in places so as it crosses the grooves. So I'm just going to again run it down the saw, and we're going to end up with the same problem. I might just sand them off, because I'm going to be, if I do that, I'm going to be crossing another groove further down. They're going to give me another one, so I might just sand them down. But essentially, that's pretty good actually. I'm pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to carry on mess about, get the others cut. I won't bore you with those. This is the most complicated one. The rest are a lot more straightforward. That's, I spoke too soon, and this one was an absolute pain as well. Not only is it tapered that way and that way, also this edge I had to cut as well to make that joint perfect there. I've got this angle figured out for this one. The rest are now a little bit simpler because they're not going to be tapered. I'm just going to cut them parallel, you know, cut them straight. So yes, it should get a little bit easier from here on in. So I woke up to a bit of a surprise this morning. I came out of the old Hay Loft, and I was met with this. There were 4 of them. These little monkeys, I don't know if you can see them in the shadows there, on top of the wall up there. And what they do, they hop onto the nesting box and then hop onto the roof. There's quite an overhang on the roof, so I didn't think they'd actually do it, but they do. So temporarily, because it's far too hot out here to be working out here, I've put a pallet on the roof overhanging the nesting box, weighted it down so it can't fall off or anything. Hopefully that'll stop them. We'll see. If it does work, then I'll do something more permanent, but for now, yeah, it's just to see if it does work. Might have to net over the whole thing, I don't know, don't really want to because it's not that high. So yeah, we'll see, naughty girls. In the meantime, I'm going to brave the heat as much as I can, as long as I can, get some more of these skirtings done. So just to add to the complications, I've got that one done at the bottom there. I need to put a trim down this corner here. I'm hoping the one I've just ripped off, that'll go nicely. So I just need to cut this down at an angle again, a lot of 3-dimensional shapes, and get that one in, and then adjust this bottom one. Then I can carry on and get these 2 done. And I've just got that little one over there to do as well. Right, so I've got the bulk of them cut. I've just stuck this corner one in, bonded it with some expanding foam. I'm going to shove some nails in all of these, but I need to bring the compressor hose up here, which means leaving the door open. It's horrendously hot outside, I don't want to let the hot air in here. So I'm going to let this one go, and then I can get this bottom one stuck in. I can then know exactly how long I need to cut the other one. The others can just go in because they're already. I've just got this one at the end to do. So for a minute, I'm just going to let that go off, and it's wedged unconventionally. Hope it doesn't move. It's hot out there. Crazy. The next job on the list is to get all these sanded down a bit. The top edges where I've cut them, I've put a slight chamfer on them just to give them a bit of fancy. Nothing too fancy, but give them a good sand down now. Try it by hand, they should go by hand alright. Clamped it to the bench, by the way. I've put 2 bits of timber under the clamps, that got me then. just to stop it marking the wood. There we go, assortment of sizes done, ready to go in. Right, it's all coming together slowly. I'm just going to slot this one into there. I can't. That's it. And then I can mark this one now for cutting. Don't go for that. That'll be tomorrow when it cools off a little bit. And then I can start to fix them. I'm going to decide which order to fix them, because some are more critical to others in the way they relate to each other, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of going to stand them all in place. I'll probably have to bring the nail gun up in the morning, get the airline up before it gets too hot. But yeah, I think these I'm just going to bond to the wall again with the expanding foam, because it works perfectly well. So yeah, I'll pick it up in the morning. Okay, so bright and early, I've got all this side fixed in, looking very nice. Just got the shoe box, bedding box, whatever it is, against it, just to keep it in place, pushed against the wall, nice and tight. Time to start on the other side. I've got the airline out. I've got all my pieces here. I'm just going to offer them up first, so we get all the joints. Lovely, that one just moved on me. Decide which ones I want to put in first. Decide I've got my nailer ready here as well. Yes, I think this one first, and then yeah, this one needs to go in first because it's springing a little bit against that. Once that's it, it'll be nice and tight. Hold that nice and tight. So I'm going to plug the compressor in. Got to open the door for this, let the hot air in. It's absolutely scorching. I'm melting already. I've only been outside for a few minutes. Let's get it done. There we go, it's looking somewhat pretty alike. Alfie's been in this morning. Attacked the kitchen roll, by the way, if you're wondering what's going on there. Right, so I've just got one more piece to do now across there. I'm picking Sharon up from the airport tonight. It'll be lovely for her to come home and find this bit finished. Of course, it all still needs oiling. I was contemplating oiling them before I fitted them, but if I did that, I wouldn't be able to get them fitted, so it's not a big deal to oil them when they're in anyway. So, last piece over there. Right, okay, I've just ripped this one down. The last piece should go in there nicely. It says that's it. All I've got to do now is cut the length, tap him down a bit, use a piece of wood. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Smashing that, lovely, perfect. Need to go down a bit more because the door won't open. There we go, job done there. I just need to cut this end off now and get it nailed in place. So we'll mark him up the back there. Go and do that, should come out. Nice tight fit that one is. There we go. Right, I'll go and cut it. Perfect. There we go. All done. Well, pretty much done. Needs a bit of oiling, like I said. These tiles that I oiled the other day are drying off nicely. Still one or two tacky bits where it landed really heavy and didn't soak in as much as expected. But they're ready for a second coat. A second coat should do them. Then we can get them pointed up. So yeah, I'm going to call the video there. As I said, I've got to go and pick Sharon up in a bit. I need to tidy all my tools up from up here before then, of course. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks to everyone that supported the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.